This video gives a brief talk through of how, when you've created an audio file, you can then put that audio file onto the VLE. So in the presentation that I've provided for you, and we'll just have a scroll up here on this page to show where that is. Sorry, I'm going the wrong way. I'm going to go upwards. So ways to record an audio file presentation is on there, and I can demonstrate for you, looking at this, that there are many different ways in which to record an audio file. So your iPad has a voice memo function. Many of us had telephones that do this. You can download audio recording apps, or you can do this via online apps. So there is an app called Voice Recorder Online, which I'm just going to click on that link live in the embedded presentation now. That takes me to it. And as I'm talking to you, I will just click on this button here, and I am currently online live recording an audio presentation, ironically, as I'm making a video. So we're going to stop that now, and then we're going to click Save to Computer, and you'll notice on my Google Chrome browser here, it actually, at the bottom here, this WAV file is at that point then available. Now I'm going to go click back to my VLE page, and just the same as always with a VLE page, if I have permissions to edit it, then I click Edit Page here, and I'm able at this point to scroll down to where I want it, and I will make myself a little space here, and I will just drag and drop that file into a place where I'm happy that it should go. So I'm going to put it in there where there is a space, and as you can see, it is embedding as we speak, and that's the audio file. Now when I click Done here, what that means is that now if a pupil is watching that or is using this web page via their iPad, if they click upon that WAV file, it will take them directly to an embedded player within it, or they can download that file and play it remotely from their device separately in an app like iTunes. There are lots of ways of doing this, but the key thing is that once you've recorded your audio, by whatever means you've done so, then what you do is to open up your file location. So I've prepared one here where I have a folder. So I've got that file location open. I'm going to just click Edit Page again. I'm going to again go to somewhere where I want that audio file to go. So here, for example, I'm just going to press return a couple of times and make a little more space in here. Then I'm going to open that file here, and I'm going to drag and drop an audio file here directly in, and very quickly it embeds that file. It's taking a little longer with this one because it's a slightly larger audio file. So this is a recording of a class that I've previously made. Notice that this is an M4A file, which is a slightly different sort of file. So there are WAV, WAV files, M4A or MP3 files, which are all subtly different. The idea here is, though, that you can either drag and drop them, or for MP3 files via Firefly, it actually embeds the player within the same page as the rest of your material. So I'm just going to click Done there, and that's as easy as it is to take a recorded MP3 file, a recorded audio file, and then embed it into into Firefly. Sorry, my words are getting jumbled there. So taking an audio file, store it to a file location that you can access from whatever computer you're using, open up the VLE page to edit it, and simply drag and drop it from its file location. Probably the easiest way to do that is via an app like Voice Recorder Online, where you can do all of the recording on the web. Then, as you can see here, it very simply allows you to then download it, and at the bottom of your Google Chrome bar, you just take it from there, drag and drop it directly across. The idea here is that audio commentary allows not only the human touch of voice to add some personal content, but it means that you can, for example, narrate over another piece of resource. So you can narrate over, let's say, a handout or a piece of marking or a sample essay or a PowerPoint presentation. One of the key things here to do is that as you're talking through a piece pedagogically, it's to indicate when. For example, here, as I'm looking at this PowerPoint slide, as we move on to slide 2, you will see accompanying material for audio recording. And we're talking through here exactly what I'm talking to you about. So I would say, for example, that one good way of doing this might be via IGCSE Poetry Podcast. So if I just click on here, I can show you at the bottom of this IGCSE Poetry page, I've got a whole collection here of different audio files, all of which at the start of them I'm saying you should really be opening up your either your virtual or your physical IGCSE poetry anthology, and then I'm talking them through a reading of the poem. So it's joining up different resources, but the audio allows me to be able to do a bit of didactic instruction quite quickly, and it's something the students can follow along with remotely. So in simple terms then, that is how to create an audio file and then to get it onto the VLE, along with why one does that. I hope that's useful. Thank you for listening, and of course, ask another person who is confident with the use of it. I'm available. Simon Norris is available for contact. The IT department, of course, are the experts on this. Thank you for listening.